Well, due to the popularity of my slip joint video, I'm going to be taking a look at quite a few more slip joints. And so I figured I'd start at my favorite and arguably the most versatile, and that would be the Stockman Pattern. I featured this one. We looked at this, my old reliable, on the last video. And the Stockman is characterized by having 3 blades. You have a large clip point, you have a sheep's foot, and a spay blade. Now this is an old Remington that I've had for a long time. And you can tell by the wear on the clip point and the spay blade. I've done a lot of work with it. And not the spay blade, but the sheep's foot. The spay blade I tend to just keep sharp and not use it for work too much. And that way, no matter what kind of abuse I've put the other 2 through, I know that on my knife there's always something super sharp and ready to go. This one's been missing the badge for a long time. Oops, looks like I need to blow it out too. There we go. Pocket lint. I remember that this one was a 1095, and some of the issues I'm having, you can see that spay blade is worn back to the point where the tip is actually sticking up. Now, that sheep's foot blade, the spay blade kind of protects it, so you can't get caught on that. But unfortunately, the old clip point sticks up too. So I'm going to be making some mods to this knife because I'd like to carry it. I'll never retire it. And I'd like to carry it once in a while. I work in a nuclear power plant, so I think it would be neat to carry something old and traditional like this at a nuclear power plant. And this one's been with me the longest. So I'll probably make a video here soon modifying the stops there. So see if I can lower those. And because right now if it's sitting in my pocket and I grab it right there, that it will get me. So that's that old Remington. Then I have this Remington, which is has not been used very much at all. It's a little bit shorter. This one is old reliable's the 4 1/4 inch. This one is coming in at the 3 7/8. It's even still got the Remington logo. The blades are all full flat grind. I notice on some you can get shorter saber grinds or hollow grinds. I'm not really sure what the steel is on this, but it says it's Remington, made in the USA, which is awesome. Won't focus on that, but it's a nice clean one. Hasn't been sharpened anywhere near as much, and the walk and talk is still nice and snappy. So this one's a lot more rounded. Old Reliable is a much bigger knife. But when it comes down to it, I don't think that the smaller one would be lacking. I think you could do everything with it that you could with the larger one. I do a lot of electrical work, and I've used the sheep's foot blade quite a bit, stripping cable. And this one is very comfortable in my hand as well, so I'm sure it would do just fine. I'm probably going to need to, if I'm unable to fix Old Reliable, or just instead, I might need to take one of these and make it my new work knife. Here we have an Oldtimer. I am relatively sure that this is from back in the day, before production. Yeah, Schrade, USA. Carbon steel blades. In great shape. My dad has a version of this exact knife, only smaller, that he's carried for years and years and years. And Oldtimer was always the standard by which all others were judged. I'm sure that this would be fine. We're starting to get into the realm of, as far as a real hard-working knife for me, this one might be just a little bit on the small side. Might be a great EDC knife, though, if you weren't carrying it just for work. So what do we got? About 3 3/8. If you were just carrying it for a pocket knife to handle chores and stuff, this would be fantastic. Because definitely take up a lot less space in your pocket. Look at that difference. That brings us to this case. This one kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I bought it, I think I bought it at a gun and knife show, if I remember right. And I don't know what happened. I thought I had wiped it down. It got something on it. See that corrosion? I really like the feel of this knife, and it is very smooth. I'm thinking about making this the next work knife just because I'm used to the size. As you can see, it's the same size as my old Remington. So I'm pretty much used to the size, and it is very, very smooth. And since it has that corrosion on it, I can probably get that off of there. I was trying to debate whether to use steel wool. I'm going to mess the finish up either way, but it's already messed up. So probably it needs a good sharpening. It has a heck of a burr on it. I don't think this has ever been sharpened. But I like the carbon steel because I like a patina. I just don't know. I thought I had it all wiped down. Maybe I didn't. That's bad on me. But it's a gorgeous knife. It'd be one heck of a good work knife. Like I said, it's very smooth. It's probably the smoothest one. Well, that one might be a little bit smoother just because it's worn in. Boy, I don't know. That old case is fantastic too. I'm probably not done buying Stockman knives just because It is my favorite pattern. I do think it's the most versatile. But I'm very much open to other patterns as well. We're going to take a look at more patterns here in upcoming videos. And we'll see. They all have their pluses and minuses. They all have things that people like about them and not. I don't remember what, I remember an old muskrat that I had. I don't think I have any more muskrats. I might have to look at remedying that. But I found it. I believe it was at the base of a power pole. I think a utility worker dropped it. And I was way back in the day when I was riding my BMX bike down trails. And the trails were along power lines. And somehow I saw that thing laying there. And I had that old muskrat for a long time. It was in really good shape. And what I had done, since the muskrat has opposing blades on the sides, but they're the same clip point, I sharpened them differently. I sharpened one to a real thin edge and another one to a thicker edge, a little tougher edge, so I could choose between the two. And to me, that made a lot of sense at the time. So tell me what you think about the Stockman. I'm going to be looking, the next pattern I think we'll look at is the Scout pattern. I've got 3 of those, and there's something about that pattern that I just love too. And we'll take a look at that one next, and just keep moving through these. I'm really excited about the enthusiasm everybody has for the slip joint knives. I love hearing what everybody's carrying, and how much having a traditional knife like one of these in their pocket means to them. Because I agree. And if you watch any of my other videos, I have modern knives as well. And I do carry modern knives with all kinds of different locks and everything too. But I've carried slip joints the most. And this one in particular has been with me for many, many, many years. I think it's got to be over 30 years I've had this, and really worked the heck out of it. And yeah, it's still perking along today. Like I said, we're going to do a tune-up on this so that it's safe for me to carry, and I'm going to take it to work again. If not all the time, then at least a few times. Because like I said, I'll never retire it. Anyways, thanks for sticking with me. And I appreciate it. I like talking about this stuff. And most of the people around me get bored. So if you like watching it, I'll keep talking about it. All right. Thanks a lot. See you next time.